What's up, guys? I currently have one simple question for you as an African entrepreneur. At this current moment right now, this current state the world is in, is your business going through some of three of these phases right now during COVID-19? Because it's not just only African entrepreneurs, but around the world. But I really want to zoom into African entrepreneurs because I believe this is a time period where you can really be able to pull out and build something great. Because history has shown us during every time of crisis, during every time of challenges, it's when businesses are actually able to thrive and become even much greater. The weak businesses are cut off the market, and the ones that were ready for the move are the ones that adjust. The key part here is adjust. Progressive adjusting are the ones that are gonna thrive, okay? So these are the three things that might be happening to your business right now, and I'm gonna start from the grim to the good. Number one, you're drowning. Okay, your business is completely drowning. It's completely come to a halt still, right? It's either operations have come to a halt because of the different supplies you rely on, or due to the whole physical distancing, or things are closed up. Basically, everything has come to a halt and your business is basically drowning. And as you do know, if your business is drowning, you only have a certain specific time sequence for you to be able to pull out and be able to survive, right? So this leads me to the second thing, right? It's either you're gonna be floating, and I'll go back to the drowning part later. It's either you're gonna be floating, and floating basically means you're not moving forward, your sales are not growing, but you have enough cash in the bank to survive, to float, or you have enough sales that are coming in for you to float. So basically, you're not moving anywhere, but you're just floating. Or number three, you are swimming. You are swimming right now because everyone, every channel, every type of market space out there is basically coming towards you because you are set up in the right timing, the right position for you to be able to leverage social distancing, for you to leverage basically all the different halts that have happened. Because you have to understand, money transfers during crises, right? Money moves from one place and goes to the other place, right? Of course, spending does reduce, but generally that cash flow goes somewhere else. And I'm gonna give you the first example, Amazon, right? Amazon is an online retailer. And of course, for a long time, they've still been doing very well, but during COVID-19, their sales skyrocketed. People did not stop shopping, but they couldn't be able to go to stores, so guess what? They had to go shop online. Now, before I talk about shopping online, as you do know, Africa, I'm not trying to generalize Africa as a country, but as a continent, shipping routes and e-commerce payment systems have not quite reached to that level. So this is the one thing I want you guys to learn from Amazon. Amazon gives physical goods, right? Physical products, but the transaction itself, the actual money exchanging, the actual part that makes the most difficult part a person has to do is basically handing someone money over. Let me give you an example, right? When you go shopping, try this out, okay? Basically only use cash. When you have cash, you have to physically take something out. So you have to think more about that process. So when you're going to buy something physically, you have to think more, you have to prepare more. So Amazon is basically boom, 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 click, you're done. And then you wait for your package. So for your business, if you're doing an agriculture, if you're doing an e-commerce, if you're doing services or any kind of work, if you're doing contracting work, if your transaction can be digitalized, okay? It doesn't, even if it means the consumer is gonna get the product later on, still you want them to make that transaction. So the first thing I want you to learn from Amazon, I'm not saying you go out and start a shipping company or whatever, I'm just saying make the transaction digital. That's the first thing you need to learn from Amazon. And that's gonna help your business thrive during times like this. And also in the future, of course, as you know, we're going more digital. So you prepare yourself for the future. The second thing that I want you to be able to observe is the economical movements, right? The money flow, how money is moving. And I'm gonna talk more about this later. But if you look at Africa, the middle class is not yet quite fully thrived yet. Middle class is not fully quite there yet. We have a small percent of people in middle class, right? So what that means is majority of businesses actually target the middle class area. And of course, as you do know, there are businesses that thrive that do target below middle class. But as you do know, economies thrive much the best. Like for example, China, when they had more people going into middle class, their economy started booming even more. They have internal businesses within the market there. The same thing with India and other developing countries that have developed over the years. So this is one thing I want you guys to be able to catch on, a little bit of a trick here. On number two, during COVID-19, and not even just COVID-19, after COVID-19, as you do know during COVID-19, right now B2B services, businesses are cutting off services, they're cutting off costs, all these different things are happening, so it is affecting digital services as well, right? If you're consulting and etc. on. Because businesses are not marketing, they're not gonna pay you for marketing services, right? So what you want to be able to look at is this: how can you be able to have enough cash flow that can be able to keep you afloat? Because not all businesses are cutting off marketing. Some of them are scaling marketing like crazy right now. So what you want to be able to look at is this: the economical shift. And this is an advice I really want to dive into later on in another video, but basically tap into the US market, the European market, and other developed markets in the world. This is what the UK does very well, and also India is a better example in relations to Africa. So the United Kingdom does not export goods like Germany, right? German engineering, they have manufacturing at such a huge scale. Cars, right? BMW, Mercedes. Yeah, I believe those two are from there. So it's more of them providing services, right? They're a service economy. So they're a huge economy, one of the biggest economies in the world, but majority of their exporting is also services. Now, the example I want to use with India here, and I want to relate it back to Africa, is this, right? If you're running a services company and you're providing services for businesses, have you ever stopped to think about how can I provide the services to people in developing countries? Because if you tap into that market, guys, trust me, India did this very well. They started providing programming, website development, all those different things, and they cannot even fulfill the whole demand. I know this. I've seen businesses here, they need those services. And it's gone to the point where the Indian developers, their Indian services, are almost now serving the higher end businesses. And there's still this huge gap of small businesses in the United States, in Europe, around the world. They're not using digital services, and they're willing to pay $500, $1,000, even up to $10,000 per month to be able to get services that they require. So if you're able to provide and tap into those markets, then you're gonna be able to learn something and be able to start swimming back up when your business is drowning during the COVID-19 crisis. And also long term, you'll be able to tap into global markets, bring that cash flow back to Africa, build up your team. And at the end of the day, as the economy, the middle class in Africa is starting to grow, starting to build up, you're gonna be set up in a better position to serve the businesses that are now willing to pay you that check at a higher price or at the right price, right? Now, the number 3 thing I want to talk about is this, right? I've talked about the first thing that can happen to your business. It's either you're drowning right now, and guys, it doesn't matter if you're a small business or a big business. There's multi-billion-dollar companies in the United States that have declared bankruptcy because they were drowning. 1 month of cash flow that stopped, they cut off. They were not ready for that. And the businesses that are currently floating, they're staying afloat, are gonna be businesses that are hybrid, right? They have that digital part of it, and they also have that physical part of it, so they're able to stay afloat, and they have enough clientele, or they have enough cash saved up, right? It's either you have enough cash saved up to stay afloat, or you're bringing in some cash flow. You see what I'm saying here, right? So it's either you have a floaty that's keeping you up, or you got the energy to thread the water and stay afloat. That's that cash flow, you got that energy. But you don't have that energy coming in or energy going out, then guess what you gotta do? You gotta get that floaty, and you gotta stay afloat as a business during COVID-19 crisis or during crises in general. Or number 3, your business is basically chucking away. You're swimming. Matter of fact, some people are on a boat. They're rowing away. They're good. They're basically thriving right now during this crisis. And those tips I just gave you guys, you want to be able to apply them not only during this COVID-19 crisis, but also as African entrepreneurs, you need to be able to observe and realize these 3 things I gave you here are gonna happen, and they're gonna be what long-term is gonna look like. Because you see, this crisis thing that just happened here is a shakeup. It's basically, it was a stop hold for a lot of things, and the thing that was gonna thrive the most, online businesses, online systems, digital, leveraging online services, all those different things, tapping into global markets, all those different things are the future of the market. Why is that? Look at the crises that have happened in the dot-com era, during the time period when the US market crashed heavily in the stock market. And guess what happened? A lot of businesses in the technology, including Amazon, Microsoft, they thrived through that because they knew how to survive a crisis. If you can survive a crisis, then what can happen when there is no crisis? If you can swim in a storm, what happens when you're in calm water? You see what I'm trying to say here? And calm water is coming up, and you want to make sure during this time period you're preparing for it. All right? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. As you can see, I'm upgrading my set here. I got better camera. I hope it's better quality. I hope you can tell it's better quality. I'm still learning how to edit the coloring, the settings, everything like that. But basically, I got a new setup, and I'm basically trying to get a gauge from you guys, okay? Basically, as you do know, I've been doing a lot of vlog style videos, and I do information on it, and I want to do a mix of that where I'm basically doing a little bit of vlog on the video, but it's going to be about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes maximum on a video, but I want it to be more informational based. And also, guys, I really want to be able to ask guys one simple question. Are you guys interested in a free course on basically some of the stuff I just talked about in this video, like, the whole tapping into different markets, but actually giving examples in a course. It's going to be 100% free, by the way. It's just me wanting to give value. But before I give that value, I want to gauge with the community and see how much you guys really would like this, because I want to spend some time, invest some money into a free course for you guys. So let me know in the comment section below if you'll be interested in that. It's basically not a course telling you what business to necessarily start, but basically how to raise, how to be able to position yourself better in the African market. As you do know, you can tell my accent. I am Kenyan, I am African. I've been trying to run businesses in Africa since the age of 13. That's why I know so much, even though I'm still in diaspora, but I do travel a lot back to Africa because I do have a lot of businesses basically I'm building up there, right? So I want to gauge with you guys and be able to understand what information you guys want. And as far as the video styles, do you guys want a little bit of the vlogging and a mix with content like this, like kind of diving in deeper with more practical information, or do you want to just go full out practical? At the end of the day, I'm going to try to do a hybrid so I can, be able to kind of fit both. But basically, all I want to say, thank you very much for watching this video. We just hit 4,000 subscribers, awesome support, and make sure to like this video, comment in the section below, thumbs up the video. It basically tells the algorithms that this video is dope, and it definitely should be shared to other people as well. All right, thanks for watching. A peace to the out. Make sure to subscribe as well. More content coming your way.